flip up and over the top of that box jump. Brian kicking that bicycle in that 360-degree motion. All right, guys, let's hear it for Corey. Corey eyeing up that 360 extra, making sure not get too tangled up on that bicycle before it goes down the landing. Here comes Brian once again, airing that corner bike. Brian into the picture perfect nothing out here, taking both of his hands and feet off that bicycle. Corey's coming in for his third and final jump in the jumping section into the Superman. Up and over that box jump, but real quick, everybody, I think that both these riders now are signaling to me that they want to try something special real quick. So, by a quick show of hands out here, does anybody in the audience today know what a choo-choo train is? Raise your hand if you know what a train is. That's right, every one of you does. So guys, go ahead and put your hands back down now, and I will explain what's about to happen next. So we have this little stunt on our sports team, which we like to call the train, which basically is both these riders are going to attempt to jump this ramp back to back, but the catch here is, if one of them is to fall down, they could potentially all fall down. So boys and girls, you want to see them try that stunt anyway for you all?
Yes!
All right, it looks like they want to see it, and so do I. So I'm going to turn the music back up. Guys, let's hear it one more time for Brian and Corey out here. Brian leading in the charge, followed close down by Corey on his tail. Goodness, Brian and Corey with both of those back-to-back backflips. Let's hear it one more time, everybody, for Brian Fox today and Corey Burglar out here. All right, so how's everybody enjoying the show so far? Is everybody having fun out here today?
Yes!
All right, well, before we go any further, I think it's only fitting now if we take the time here to slow the pace down of things, to talk about something very important now on our sports team, that being safety. But before we do so, I think it's also only fitting if we reintroduce both of our incredible riders out here today. So let's all start off by putting one hand up in the air, everybody. Let's all put one hand up in the air, and let's all wave to Corey right here. And let's all wave and say, hi, Corey.
Hi, Corey.
And I have a feeling that we are leaving Brian out, but since today is Brian's birthday, instead of saying hi to him, let's all wave, but let's all say happy birthday, Brian!
Happy birthday, Brian!
All right, now, as I was saying, if you guys start to take a closer look at both of these riders' riding jeans, they are both wearing safety gear underneath their jeans on their knees. So they both have knee pads under their jeans to protect them from any sorts of bruises or scrapes they may get riding that bicycle. Now, below their knees, they also have shin guards on to do the same thing. Protect their shins from their sharp metal pedals. Both Corey and Brian over here have gloves on their hands to improve their grip and protect their hands from slipping off of their handlebars. But real quick, by any chance out here, do you all see the most important piece of safety equipment on top of both these riders' heads? Go ahead and yell it out if you know what it's called. Yell out really loud. That is right, everybody. It is the helmet. And you guys all see the helmet out here today is the most important piece of safety equipment on top of both of these riders' heads out here. Because you guys see, if you were to maybe fall and break your arm or leg, you'll more than likely make a full recovery. But if you are to hit your head hard enough without the use of a helmet on, you may never be the same person again. And you might even need to relearn how to either walk or how to talk again. Helmets are very, very important to everybody. And you see, we have traveled all across the country, and I've run into a problem where for some reason, some people sometimes think that they're just too cool to be wearing a helmet. But no, that is just not the case with us, guys. Because you see, we're all trained professionals out here today, and we won't even touch our bicycles without wearing a helmet on, because we've seen way too many people end up in a really bad position because for some reason they thought that they were just too cool to be wearing a helmet. And also as well, helmets are really cool because we've even seen other individuals on our team decorate them in either stickers or paint gel pens to express who they are as an individual. And both Brian and Corey over there have stickers on their helmets to represent any sorts of future sponsorships that they might have out there in the future. But just remember, everybody, the most important part about that helmet is that it can literally save your life. So let's go ahead now and let's have one more huge round of applause for both these riders wearing their safety gear out here today. So, since we just took the time to talk about safety, I think it's only fitting now if we kick the danger back up a notch again. So, boys and girls, do you want to see something a little bit more dangerous again?
Yeah!
All right, so for this next part of the show, I actually cannot do it alone. So what I'm going to need from the audience now is 2 fearlessly brave volunteers. Do you have any brave volunteers out here today? All right, I'm seeing a few of you guys over here, but hold on a second, actually, guys. Go ahead and put your hands back down, because you see, last week we had a little problem with our insurance, and I was told not to talk about it out here today. But you know what, though? The insurance company didn't mention anything, though, about using any of your guys' parents. So what we're going to do is, guys, point to your parents if you want to see them volunteer out here. And I'm just going to need to pick 1 or 2 of them. All right, we have one, a brave one right here. Let's see. And can we maybe use you over here with the purse on? Or if not, either you or in the green t-shirt. Can we use you with the green t-shirt on? All right, we have our 2 brave volunteers for this one. So you guys go ahead and make your way on over, and I will explain what's about to happen. First off, I really liked your shirt, by the way, but that's actually really cool. You made that shirt. That is pretty cool. Guys, let's have a round of applause for his wife for making this BMX shirt out here. Now, as I was saying, we had this little stunt that Brian's been practicing back at home where he lays his garbage cans down and practices a bunny hopping over them without the use of a ramp. But before today's show got started, he was showing me a picture on his phone of those garbage cans, and I just gotta say, they weren't looking so good. But he said, you know what, come on, man, can I please try this stunt again anyway? And since I said you couldn't bring your garbage cans from all the way back home, I said, why don't you just instead replace them with some brave volunteers out here? So this is what we're going to have you guys do, all right? We're going to go a little bit down this way, all right? And if you guys can, go ahead and face me, okay? Just stand, like, right here. Take, like, one more step forward. Right here is good. And whenever you guys are ready, just go ahead and just sit down on the ground, but lay flat on your backs and keep your feet flat. So when you guys are ready, you can go ahead and sit down right now. Go ahead and sit down and lay flat on your backs. And while you guys are down there, go ahead and lay flat down, but you want to scoot in nice and close for this stunt like you guys are family right now. So is that cool with you guys if you could do so? So whenever you're ready, go ahead and lay down right now. Go ahead and lay flat down. No, right there is good. So go ahead and lay down like that. But you guys want to scoot in nice and close together. So go just like that. Scoot in a little closer if you guys can. I don't know if you want that much of a gap. I don't know if you want to trust Brian just yet. So go ahead and keep your legs flat like that. Because of Brian, with minimal experience in this stunt, is going to see if he can get the height and distance he needs to safely jump up and over your brave volunteers. So boys and girls out here, do you guys want to see Brian jump up and over your brave volunteers? All right, the volunteers are ready. It looks like Brian is ready. All right, boys and girls, let's get a check out for Brian this time. Brian, Brian, Brian.
Brian! 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 Brian!
Brian up and over. Hold on a second, though. Is that what you guys wanted to see Brian do? All right, hold on a second. Brian, this is a bike show. This isn't track and field. What do you guys say? We have Brian try that stunt over again, but this time with the bicycle. Is that what everybody with the bicycle? All right, so let's get a little chant going for him this time so he doesn't forget. He said, Nick, why didn't you say it the first time around? All right, let's do this. With the bike. With the bike. With the bike.
With the bike. With the bike. With the bike. With the bike. With the
Brian with the bicycle. Hold on a second. Is that what you want to see Brian do? All right, hold on a second. I'm a little bit confused though because Brian did jump over them with the bicycle. Let me ask you guys, what did you want to see him do differently this time?
Ride the bike.
Oh, are you guys saying on the bicycle, like riding the bicycle this time?
Yes.
All right, well, since Brian seems to be fooling around right now, actually making it two volunteers look just a little bit too easy. What do you guys say if we get one more brave parent out here to come help us out here? Let's see. Can we maybe use you right here in the blue t-shirt? Thank you very much for helping us out here. We have our one more brave volunteer. So whenever you're ready, you can go ahead and make your way right over next to these guys. Make yourself comfortable over there. Now let me ask you, Brian, have you ever jumped over more than two people before? Only one. Uh-oh. Well, since Brian seems to be a little bit nervous right now, going to attempt to jump over not only one, not only two, but three brave volunteers out here today. We're going to have him do a practice jump. So right now, volunteers, you guys are in no danger whatsoever because Brian right now is just going to do a little practice jump just a few feet beyond the back of your guys' heads. And everyone out here today is going to help us out by being the judges. So boys and girls, can you guys all help us out by being the judges today? All right, you guys are going to give us either the thumbs up or the thumbs down if you think this practice jump is going to go safely and according to plan. Now, if I see any thumbs down out here, we will just go ahead and scratch this stunt. But if I see one thumbs up, that just means we have to do it anyway. So with that being said, do you guys want to see Brian try this practice jump? All right, the volunteers are ready. It looks like Brian is ready. Let's get a chant going for Brian this time. Brian! 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 Brian up and over. Hold on a second. Thumbs up or thumbs down? Was that a good enough practice jump? No, I'm seeing a whole bunch of thumbs down at here, but for some of the people holding those thumbs up over here, I don't know what you guys just saw, because from the looks of things, let's start off with our first volunteer right here. Now you, sir, you would have been just fine, so it was smart for you to volunteer last, but as far as the second volunteer in the middle, Brian would have maybe made it over you, but that is a big maybe, because moving on to this third volunteer right here, I'm just so sorry to tell you this, but you would have just been crashed straight into. Now, Brian, what are you doing? These are live human beings. What if something were to happen? Like, let's say you're pedaling in, maybe your hand or foot is to slip off of that bicycle, and you are to crash into them, and there's just a huge pileup. Well, not to worry, because at least Brian over here has on his helmet, so Brian will be just fine. What about them? Well, you know what, guys? If anything is to happen to you guys here today, to say I am sorry and make things right, how about I just hook you guys up with your very own BMX poster? Still not good enough. Well, you know what? As one last safety precaution, and I'm going to need you guys to get loud here in just a minute, I'm going to lay down right next to them. That way, if anybody does get landed on today, I will just be the landing ramp. So I'm going to volunteer myself right here. But I need you guys to get a chant going for Brian. So can we get a chant going for Brian out here? Brian! 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 Brian!
Brian! Brian! Brian! Brian! Brian!
Brian up and over. All right, volunteers, you guys are all good to stand back up again. Boys and girls, let's hear for Brian Fox again. But let's also have one more huge round of applause for our brave volunteers out here. Let's make some noise for them being so brave out here. Now, that was a pretty cool stunt and all from our friend Brian. But do you guys maybe want to see a stunt from Corey out here today?
Yeah.
All right, so how about this time? We are gonna need 1 or 2 more brave volunteers. We cannot use any kids yet. We can only use adults or parents. So can we maybe use you in the orange t-shirt up here to help us out? And can we have you right here in this black t-shirt? Can you maybe help us out for this stunt today? All right, we have our brave volunteers out here. So guys, go ahead and make your way on over to the back of this box jump here. Guys, let's have one more huge round of applause for our brave volunteers, everybody. We have a ladder behind the back of that box jump. Corey is going to get them seated safely, and he's going to give them the rest of the instructions. We are going to start this in just one more moment.
My dad's lucky. He doesn't have to go.